Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Hot Joe and the Ranko Show, episode 28. So I haven't put anything out in over a month because the world is exploding and didn't feel like it. So let's have a little Hot Joe. Or is it Hot Joe? It's actually some brown liquid. Because it is now 8:39 in the PM, I decided to jump on here and just talk and chat a little bit. Haven't been on, just feels, I don't know, it just felt weird with all the COVID stuff and riots going on, and just everything, mask, no mask, all that stuff. I just kind of didn't want to get wound up in it, to be honest with you. It's just been kind of stressful. So I'm definitely going to be making some changes. Haven't decided if I'm going to get off Facebook or not. Might, or do it very limited. I've already kind of cut back because I just got a new phone, which I'm filming on right now. And on this new phone, I didn't set up alerts. So that's been actually super helpful because I just kind of get on and look around, and if it's not alerting me all the time, then I don't feel like I need to look at it. So there's that. And I don't know what to do. I'm kind of, I caught myself like, I'm looking at Facebook right now, and it just, man, it's just all kind of garbage. I mean, everything's so political and so whatever. I love my friends that post pictures of their dogs and stuff like that, because that to me is a lot of fun. I've been trying to post less political stuff just because it's draining. It's just everything is political now. Everything. There's a virus, and this virus is political. Okay? If you're on one side, you believe one thing. If you're on the other side, you believe not. I think everybody truly, hopefully believes that it's a real thing. But if you're on one side of the aisle, you think the numbers are, we're all dying. If you're on the other, you go like, well, no, I mean, there are people dying, but the death rate's going way down, and it's got what I read today, 99.2% survival rate. So, I mean, that's pretty good, right? But then other people will say, no, that's totally wrong. And here's the deal. Here's where I have a problem with people posting statistics on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. There is no way, there is zero way to know the exact statistics. And I'm going to tell you why. From my great knowledge as a physician, and I don't need to be a physician to, and that's the other thing that kind of pisses me off is people will say, oh, where'd you get your medical degree from? I'm like, you don't need a medical degree to figure out the fact that these statistics are not accurate. And let's just go through a brief scenario of why they are not. So recently, I read a statistic. One was on CDC, and it showed the chart of the death rate going down, 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 and new cases going up. Well, part of that is because we're now testing. And they also count cases. That doesn't mean hospitalizations. And then they have probable cases. So they're including, the whole thing's just dumb. And I'm sure people have seen the video of how they're classifying COVID patients. If you are on hospice and have 2 weeks to live and you have COVID, that's a COVID death. If you fall off a cliff and you have COVID, that's a COVID death. If you, at 4th of July, ate a firework and it blew your body in half, but they tested you and you had COVID, that's a COVID death. So that's ridiculous. First of all, that's absolutely stupid, because one of my friends brought this up, and I probably can't even bring it up right now because I don't have it in front of me. But one of his friends, let me see if I can get it up here on the messenger on my computer. So it was an interesting commentary that I didn't think about until he said this to me. Now, it's probably going to not come up on my computer, so it's going to drive me nuts. Come on, Apple. Anyway, so if it opens and I get it, I'll why computer? Why? Not now. All right, there we go. So there's probably there's a ton that have to roll in because for some reason my computer does not like to update. Anyway, it was basically, and I'm going to massacre it a little bit, was basically a guy who'd written an article basically saying, why aren't we testing for flu deaths? And so if you have like a heart attack, but you had influenza, we should count that as a flu death. Well, we're not doing that. We're only checking to see if you have COVID. And then that'll be a COVID death. But if it were the flu that killed you, or if you died of a heart attack, they'll test for COVID, but they won't test for influenza. So if you had influenza, would that be listed as an influenza flu death? Because you had a heart attack, but you had the flu? Anyway, this is the back and forth. So anyway, this is why I say statistics cannot, when you see a statistic on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, here's the deal. I hate all news networks now. I've just gotten to a point where they're all full of crap. It's all someone's opinion. That's all it is. It's not the news. If you take it as the news, you need to have your head examined because it's not. It is a political agenda that's disguised as a news network. So let's just say this. Let's say that it is, let's say I'm going to pick a lower, let's say it's 90% survivable, which statistics supposedly from the CDC said it's 99.2 or something like that. All right. So 0.8, not even a percent. But I've never been tested. There's millions of people that have never been tested. So let's say those millions of people that get tested, let's say all of them are positive. You know what that means? Now it's like 99.99999% survivable. There's no way to know that statistic. There's no way to know how many people have had it and gotten over it. Because if you don't get tested, there's no way to know that. Zero. Absolutely. So people that are throwing these statistics up and going, see, you're just being stupid because you don't read the statistics, and I'm smart and I read all the statistics and I have all these, those statistics mean nothing. They literally are like throwing a dart and going, well, we haven't tested 80 million people, but it's probably correct. I wouldn't worry about it. So I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. We know people get sick by it and whatever, but we've shut down businesses and ruined people's lives, and people have lost their homes, and it turns out it's not as deadly as we thought it was going to be. And I know I'm catch flack over that. It's fine. We all know that. We all know it's not as deadly as they said. They said it was going to be 2 million by whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, it's not 2 million. It's like 100 and something thousand. Anyway, that being said, see how worked up I'm getting about it? Because it's stupid. It's all over everything. So anyway, back to news and news of the day and whatever. The other thing is cancel culture. It's just stupid. It's a new form of bullying. It's a way for people to go and find one thing you did in your life and go, you're canceled. You're canceled forever. You're just canceled. Sorry, you did one bad thing. All right, I'm going to say this one time. I'm going to get up here close so you can see me. If you've ever done anything in your life that you're ashamed of, or you shouldn't have done because you were stupid, or you did something on accident, people are going to come for you and ruin your life. Now, anybody, I will quote from Brazen, Arizona. Now ye without sin cast the first stone. And we also know that's for the Bible. But here's the deal. Cancel culture is stupid. It's ridiculous. Everybody has things in their life you're not proud of. We've all made mistakes. Get over it, get past it, stop ruining people's lives. Now, there's people who've done horrible criminal things that should be held accountable for it. Doing certain other things is just ridiculous, and that you're going to get people fired, you're going to get their business shut down, whatever. It's just done. It's a new way of bullying. So if you don't agree with me, tough noogies. It just is. So, all right. Anyway, it's part of the reason I'm just wanting to leave Facebook and maybe just do a very limited back and forth on Facebook. What else is going on? Can't tell you the weather because it's dark outside. But it is hot and stinking humid. So, got 4 new chickens. They're doing good. They're not quite as big as the girls that are out in the yard, so having to let them get big, a little bit bigger before I put them in with the other girls, because don't want them getting beat up. So I got two more sex linked, 2 Auburn sex linked, and then I got 2 black Astralorps. So we'll put those in with the brown sex linked, and so we'll have 6 chickens total. So that ought to give me quite an egg harvest. I will have tons of eggs at this point. Garden's doing good. We're getting zucchini and squash out of that. The hops are going nuts. What else? The bees are doing good. Hives are kicking it. We got some honey already pulled off there. And I'm trying to think what else is going on. I think that's about it. I don't want to go too long on this thing. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I want to keep doing the Hot Joe and the Ranko show. I want to get back to doing it in the mornings. And just kind of telling you what's going on with me and everything. Looks like the new camera is doing well. My last phone died. The microphone wouldn't work, so couldn't receive phone calls. So that was kind of important. But anyway, I guess that's it, guys. Love you. Take care. Wear your mask. That's fine. It's no big deal. If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, whatever. That's your personal opinion. And catch flack for that, I'm sure, too, saying I should just tell everybody to wear their mask. Do whatever you want. You know what? Because I think ultimately that's the thing at the end of the day. Part of the reason I want to get off Facebook and part of the reason I want to get out of the political crap. I quit watching the news. I've already quit doing that, so I don't do that anymore. It just gets me too riled up. So quit watching the news. I watch the weather in the morning, and that's how I get up and go. So anyway, love you guys. Take care. We will see you hopefully in the next couple days. I'll do another morning show. And as my pops used to say, can't soar with eagles if you hang out with turkeys. Y'all have a great evening. Love you.